Aging is often described as decline, but doctors who work closely with older adults see something very different. They see adaptation. They see the body responding to how it is treated, even later in life. The idea that growing older automatically means becoming weak, stiff, or fragile is one of the most damaging beliefs people carry. Not because aging doesn't change the body, but because that belief quietly convinces people to stop trying. And when the body is no longer asked to adapt, it stops adapting. Doctors explain that the human body is incredibly responsive. Muscles strengthen when they are used. Bones maintain density when they are challenged safely. Balance improves when it is practiced. Even the brain forms new connections when it is engaged. None of these processes suddenly shut off after a certain birthday. What changes is often behavior, not biology. People move less. They sit more. They eat less. They expect less from themselves. Over time, the body simply follows those lowered expectations. One of the most important messages doctors share with patients over 50 is that weakness is not a natural requirement of aging. It is usually the result of disuse. When movement becomes rare, the body adapts by conserving energy. Muscles shrink. Joints stiffen. Balance fades. But when movement returns, even gently, the body begins adapting in the opposite direction. Strength may return slowly, but it does return. Stability improves. Confidence grows. This is not wishful thinking. It is basic physiology. Doctors often see dramatic differences between people of the same age. One person struggles to stand up from a chair, while another walks confidently for miles. The difference is not luck. It is years of small choices adding up. Choosing to move instead of sit. Choosing to walk instead of avoid discomfort. Choosing to stay engaged instead of withdrawing. These choices signal to the body that strength is still needed. Aging as adaptation also means understanding that progress looks different than it did at 25. Doctors encourage patience. Improvement after 50 is quieter. It shows up as fewer aches in the morning, better balance when turning, more confidence climbing stairs, or the ability to carry groceries without strain. These may seem small, but they represent a body that is responding positively to care. Doctors also remind older adults that adaptation requires consistency, not intensity. The body responds best to regular, manageable challenges. Gentle strength movements, daily walking, and light stretching done consistently are far more effective than rare bursts of hard effort. The goal is not to punish the body, but to remind it of its capabilities. When people shift their mindset from "I'm getting old" to "my body is adapting to how I treat it," everything changes. Fear is replaced with curiosity. Avoidance is replaced with participation. Aging becomes something to support, not something to surrender to. Doctors don't promise eternal youth. What they promise is potential. The potential to feel stronger, steadier, and more capable than you thought possible at this stage of life. Aging is inevitable. Decline is not. The body is always listening. And when you give it the right signals, it responds. Doctors often say that after 50, food becomes one of the most powerful tools you have for staying strong. Not for chasing a number on the scale, and not for following strict rules, but for fueling the body so it can move, heal, and function well. Many older adults believe they need to eat less as they age. Doctors see the opposite problem far more often. People are undereating, especially when it comes to nutrients that support muscle, bone, and energy. As the body gets older, it becomes less efficient at building and maintaining muscle. That means nutrition matters more, not less. Doctors frequently see patients who feel weak, tired, or unsteady, and the root cause isn't age at all. It's a lack of proper fuel. Muscles cannot stay strong without enough protein. Bones cannot stay resilient without adequate minerals. The brain cannot stay sharp without healthy fats and steady energy. Doctors encourage older adults to think of meals as support, not restriction. Eating enough protein throughout the day helps preserve muscle and strength. Simple foods like eggs, fish, beans, yogurt, or lentils can make a meaningful difference when eaten regularly. Skipping meals, especially breakfast or lunch, often leads to low energy, dizziness, and muscle loss over time. Nourishment is not optional for strength. It is essential. Hydration is another area doctors pay close attention to. As people age, the sensation of thirst often decreases, even when the body still needs water. Dehydration can cause fatigue, joint stiffness, headaches, and even balance problems. Doctors remind older adults to drink water consistently throughout the day, not just when they feel thirsty. Staying hydrated helps muscles function smoothly and supports circulation and digestion. Doctors also stress that healthy fats are not the enemy. Fats support hormone balance, joint health, and brain function. Many people who fear fat end up feeling stiff, foggy, and low in energy. Balanced meals that include healthy fats help the body absorb nutrients and feel more satisfied, reducing cravings and instability in blood sugar. Eating well after 50 does not require perfection. Doctors don't expect flawless diets. They encourage consistency and simplicity. Regular meals. Real foods. Enough nourishment to support movement and recovery. Food should give you strength, not stress. Another important point doctors make is that eating is deeply connected to quality of life. Enjoying meals, eating mindfully, and feeling satisfied supports emotional health as well as physical health. Food is not just fuel. It is part of daily rhythm, comfort, and connection. Doctors want older adults to understand that strength is built not only in the muscles, but at the table. When the body is properly nourished, movement feels easier. Recovery is faster. Energy is steadier. Confidence grows. After 50, food is no longer about eating less to shrink the body. It is about eating wisely to support it. When you give your body what it needs, it responds with strength, stability, and resilience. Doctors often reassure older adults that staying strong does not require extreme workouts or intense routines. In fact, they see better results when people focus on light, consistent movement instead of pushing too hard. After 50, the body responds best to gentle challenges repeated regularly. Light daily movement keeps muscles active, joints flexible, and confidence intact, without overwhelming the body. Many people stop exercising because they believe if they cannot do it intensely, it is not worth doing at all. Doctors strongly disagree. They see that simple movements done every day can be far more powerful than rare, exhausting workouts. Walking, gentle stretching, light strength movements using body weight, and even purposeful movement around the home all contribute to lasting strength. The body does not measure effort the way we think it does. It responds to frequency and consistency. Doctors often explain that movement is communication. Every time you move, you send a message to your muscles, bones, and nervous system that they are still needed. When movement disappears, the body adapts by conserving energy. Muscles weaken, balance declines, and joints stiffen. But when movement returns, even in small amounts, the body begins adapting again. Strength slowly rebuilds. Coordination improves. Fear of movement fades. Walking is one of the most recommended forms of movement for older adults because it is accessible, safe, and effective. Doctors encourage walking with awareness, standing tall, swinging the arms, and maintaining a comfortable but purposeful pace. This type of walking improves heart health, supports joint function, and helps maintain balance. It also supports mental health, reducing stress and improving mood. Light strength movements are equally important. Doctors often recommend simple exercises like sitting and standing from a chair, gentle wall push-ups, or lifting light objects. These movements protect independence by strengthening the muscles needed for daily tasks. The goal is not to build large muscles, but to preserve the ability to move freely and safely. Stretching and mobility exercises help maintain range of motion and reduce stiffness. Doctors see that people who move their joints daily tend to experience less pain and more confidence in their movements. Gentle stretching, especially in the morning or after walking, helps the body feel more comfortable and responsive. Doctors also emphasize that movement should feel supportive, not punishing. Pain is not a requirement for progress. Mild discomfort is normal when using neglected muscles, but sharp or alarming pain should be respected. Listening to the body builds trust, and trust encourages consistency. The true power of light daily movement lies in its sustainability. It fits into real life. It can be adjusted on good days and bad days. It becomes part of routine rather than a source of stress. Over time, these small daily efforts add up to stronger muscles, better balance, and greater confidence. Doctors see it clearly. People who move a little every day age stronger than those who move a lot once in a while. Light, consistent movement is not a compromise,